going on this case? He could be anywhere. He could be anyone. We're gonna tear this city apart.
I'm a little spin like a spiral.
Hello, Detective Banks. When was the last time you saw your father?
Okay, so Spiral, the Book of Saw came out this weekend. Luckily, we all got to see it right away. So now we get to jump on it and talk about it. So initial thoughts of the movie, just overall. Let's go with Lamar. You go first.
Terrible.
Josh.
Forgettable. Only because
Forgettable?
Lamar's terrible, yeah.
I don't want to say disappointing because I didn't expect much, but it was still overall not good.
Same here. I agree. I wasn't expecting much. Like, I'll say this. The last two Saw movies I saw in theaters were all right. But after watching this, I was like, man, I actually missed those two.
Mm-hmm. You rate those higher now?
So,
yeah.
So I had high hopes because, of course, Samuel Jackson was in it. That gives me very high hopes. He's my favorite actor. And then Chris Rock, I just saw him in the show, and he did good in the show. So it was like, I was like, oh, I'm giving him a chance. Yeah. So I was like, not necessarily like, oh, this is gonna be great, but I was kind of hyped, like, like hopeful, like, oh, he's gonna do good. Mm-hmm. This shit was terrible. Terrible.
I don't think he did I thought he did okay, a lot better than I expected.
Oh.
But yeah, it was just like, man, you started off with a comedy routine. It's like the comedy routine on stage.
That didn't bother me though. That was so.
That's probably the best part.
That's what I was about to say. So when he's cracking,
it was just like I was just thinking like, this is like a stand-up doing that.
Yeah.
But it was okay. Like, I agree. It started out like
dang it. I don't know why it keeps freezing.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. It must be a bad connection.
So I forgot where we were talking about Chris Rock's stand-up routine in the beginning and how I said that was probably the best part of the whole movie. And then Josh, you started saying something.
No, I do agree. It was just kind of funny. I was just watching and I'm like, okay, it's cool, but this sounds like something he would say in a comedy routine because I'm just so used to him doing comedy.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen Fargo the show.
But no, if you watch like any other movie he did besides like Boomerang and New Jack City, he always does the comedy bits. So he makes sure he does that. Like if you watch what is it, Down to Earth, and then you watch the other one, he's running for president. It's like all the movies he does, he always does that. So it's expected.
Yeah.
But I didn't expect the terrible acting that came after it. That's just. I leaned up and I asked Tasha and Katrina. I said, "Did he go backwards?" I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" Like the acting was horrible.
But what didn't help was the dialogue. The writing of the dialogue was so bad. So that didn't help either.
It was terrible.
Because Samuel Jackson had a couple lines too where I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Samuel Jackson's whole exchange with him when he came to his apartment was pointless. It was pointless. I could have killed you, motherfucker. And then it was like they had a couple back and forth, and then he just got up like, come to the house later. I'll buy you dinner.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, you just said you haven't had dinner with. I was like, what? What?
All right, I'm gonna ask you something. So, was his father known to disappear? Because I remember he went over there 2 times and was like, Dad's not home. Even though everybody else is disappearing, all these.
And he had no worry.
No worry at all.
Yeah.
So it seemed like honestly, it seemed like there was no script. It seems like like Whose Lines It Anyway, where they give you a situation and say go, because what they were saying didn't make sense for what they said before. Because it was Chris Rock was like, we haven't had dinner in 2 years. And he was like, oh, you crying about dinner? And then right at the 2 minutes later, he says, come to the house, man. I'll buy some food. We'll have dinner and we'll talk about the case. And then Chris Rock is just like, he forgot about all of it because he's telling everybody like, I'm going to my dad's house to have dinner. But then when he gets to his dad's house, He gets the food from the guy. He goes in and says, "Dad, I have your food." He said he was ordering food for you guys.
Uh-huh.
I
But he's
have-
not there.
It was like they just pieced together these situations and were just like, go. What would you say here? Go.
Just improv. Just
Yeah, it was
do what you guys
Yeah.
do.
It was fucking terrible.
Mm-hmm. And did anybody predict it? I wasn't really thinking too much. My brain was turned off.
Am I pointing at Lamar? Wherever
Did you-
he's at.
He's down
did.
here. Yeah.
Lamar predicted it, and
I
then
did
when
it
he
right.
predicted it, I couldn't look away from it. And then he kept changing his predictions, and I was like, no, I'm sticking to this because things are happening, and it's making it obvious. So
Kenny predicted it. As soon as he predicted it, I was like, it's obvious.
Yeah.
I'll say this. I told Nikki and Kenny this. I was like, it was fucking Droofy from Scary Movie, but that had a better twist.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I see what you're saying.
Because you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
the officer is that very awkward, kind of like doofus person. Like, okay, I'll stay outside. You close the door on me. I'm not a suspect.
Yeah.
Because I'm too nice like that.
No, okay, so initially I predicted it, but I was telling Tasha and Katrina when we walked to the car, I said I wanted to be wrong. So I would look for shit like, okay, no, it can't be him because of this. I wanted to be wrong so bad. I was like, it can't be that obvious. Like it can't, because I literally said, oh, that's the guy's son. I literally said that.
But I was gonna ask, like, here was like the giveaway. Here's like, hey, we're gonna try this trick to make you think it's not him, where they edit to where like Chris Rock's visualizing what happened when we was skinning him alive.
Yeah.
And he delivered. Like, I was like, out of all the Saw movies, they show everybody their face getting killed. This one guy, it
was both.
Was that?
It was because Katrina was like, she said, is Samuel Jackson dead? I said, no. I said, and he's not dead either because they didn't show their faces. I said, they always show him die. They didn't show him die right here.
You just see, like I said, you just see what's going on in Chris Rock's mind.
Yeah.
He's trying to trick the audience and thinking like, oh, that's him getting scanned and it's just editing or whatever. I'm like, nah. Yeah. Oh, tattoo of Charlie. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
That was the giveaway.
So when Lamar said what his prediction was, and like I said, I was watching everything. So when they were in the room and the guy was like, can I use your phone? My phone is dead. I was like, he's doing something to set him up. And then when he calls him and the baby's crying, I was like, that's a recording. It's not a real baby.
Obvious.
And then when they went to the van or wherever they were going, and Chris Rock's walking up to the van, you see the guy looking at him, not looking at the van, like watching Chris Rock's character.
Right.
So I was just like, all of these things were, so when he came up, dead, and it was the tattoo, I was like, that was like everything. I didn't buy it. I was like, he's not dead.
Obvious. It was funny because
obvious.
I even told Katrina with the crying baby on the thing. Later on, Chris Rock, when he comes, like, it's the second day, Dad, you're not here. And he's searching his bed. I looked at the brick wall. I said, that's the same room he was on the computer with the brick wall.
Oh, yeah. See, I didn't catch that.
I was like, it's the same room.
Yeah.
I wanted to be wrong, though. I really wanted to be wrong. I accused Samuel Jackson and I accused the captain. I was like, it's one of those two. I was hoping it was one of those two afterwards.
What was another one? He's all, a lot of people, I watched a couple other reviews and they were saying this, like when he's all, hey, good job today, and everybody's just like, what the fuck did he do?
It was nuts.
Like,
that's what I'm saying. The pointless script, because it was just like a bunch of shit happening. He was like, all right, everybody, go ahead, get some rest, go take care of your baby. Hey, good job today, man. And I was like, what? What?
I was trying to be nice. I was like, oh, for not getting in his fucking way or keeping his mouth shut. I mean, he said he likes to work alone, and that's what he was doing. Like the partner there wasn't doing nothing, so. I was trying to be nice and give the movie benefit of the doubt or whatever, and it just
wasn't happening.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't good.
One thing that Josh, you and Kenny were mentioning when you guys were talking about what you thought of the movie, one of the things that was mentioned, I don't know if it was you or Kenny, about the death scenes, and I kind of said that too. There wasn't that many death scenes in it. With Saw, there's usually a lot of death scenes.
Yeah.
So that was another. Granted, I didn't need to see more than what I saw because they were pretty brutal. But it was like there was only like a small handful of them.
Yeah.
But Tasha was pissed about the last.
Oh, yeah, I was ready to go.
She was
The
Which one?
end,
Which one?
the end, the very end.
with
Oh, you talking about-
Samuel.
The puppet. Samuel L. was a puppet. I was like, really? So
Yeah, I was kind of like, okay, it's gonna end there, and I was like, man, I think I know I'm not the only one in the theater that's like, this is bullshit. That was the dumbest thing. Like,
I was like, okay, so now this movie's political. All right. After all of this, the very end is the political part
I
of this
mean,
movie. They just
like,
had to
it's kind of
throw
get
it
on police brutality. But okay, here's what I'm trying to think. I was confused at the beginning where the guy steals the purse, and it's this guy that chases after him. Dumbass goes into
a
the sewer
manhole.
and think, obviously it's a puppet. How the fuck can he not think like this is a puppet? Yeah. I was wondering, so who was the guy that took that led him there? I
It
don't
was
know
like a
who it
drug
was.
addict.
Yeah,
So
they didn't. Yeah, it was just
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
bum, a drug addict, but-
It was a drug addict because that other cop. Remember, he was like, I know him, and then he still. I don't know why he steals the gun from the Chinese shop. I don't know why.
So he was a drug addict. So did he be like, hey, hey, steal this purse, and then I mean, I'll pay you, I'll give you drugs to steal this purse, lead him
Right.
down here, so I take care of the rest.
Yeah,
So,
probably.
or maybe it was a
Yeah.
coincidence. Yeah, he's all like, oh, I hope somebody steals a purse, goes down the sewer, and has the cop. But
I think it was more he got paid to do it, but
Yeah.
it didn't. But it still didn't. Like, you're not gonna jump in a manhole cover for a purse. You will let that go. File a police report. But then and then the guy goes to the Chinese shop and he's like, he takes a gun. He was like, the police department thanks you. So I was like, oh, maybe he doesn't have a gun on him. But then when he goes to the drug addict's place, he pulls a gun out of holster, and he's like, who's in here? I was like, so what did he steal the gun for? What was the point of stealing the gun?
Yeah, I don't know.
I
There was some parts I kind of checked out, so I wasn't really paying
Yeah.
attention.
same here. I was.
So you're saying
I-
the drug addict that was running in the beginning was the one that guy went to go find later?
Yeah, because he said he
See,
knew him.
I didn't even.
He said
pick
he
up on
said it
that.
when he said it when he saw it on the camera. Remember the terrible running, the chase scene? when they played that chase scene back, it looked like they said action. They were just like, do a light jog, just do a light.
You're like, oh, what happened? She's still in this purse. Okay, fuck, just go after him for whatever reason.
Do a light
you're
jog.
gonna-
We'll speed it up later.
Yeah. Am I gonna have any other scenes? No. Chris Rock is gonna mention that you were a friend, but
Yeah.
there's no flashbacks of you and him interacting or any pictures of you and him. He's just gonna say you were his friend that got his back. That's all. God.
Yeah, I'm trying to
That
think
shit
of what
was-
else happened in that movie, but yeah, I was just
What
like,
about-
the writing
about
was
the-
so bad.
Bullshit ass callback fan service, I guess you want to call it, where he's chained to like the pipe.
Oh,
And
and
he
they
sees
show
the
the
fucking
saw.
stuff. Yeah, like,
And
hey,
then he finds a closed, or what do you call it, bobby pin.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, fuck this saw. I'll just take myself out of this,
and I was like,
give me the lock.
They even played the music as if he had to saw his hand off, and then he sees the bobby pin.
yeah.
That was dumb.
And here's what I was thinking. I thought, like, when his friend was like handcuffed, I was like, oh shit, I'm giving this movie a little bit more credit
Right.
because it's no, I'm not giving it credit right now, but I did at the time. I was like, oh shit, he's probably gonna have to saw his friend, like his ex-partner's hand off,
Yeah.
because there's no key. And what happens? Oh, he dumps over the thing. The
The
key's right
key
there.
falls.
No knife, no syringes that he has to crawl through. It's just in an empty fucking trash can. One key.
Mhm.
That easy. I was all like, man,
And-
that
and there was no point of handcuffing Chris Rock to the pipe. There was no reason for it.
no, it was just to say, hey, let's do a
Remember
callback.
the first
to
one?
original
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, it would have made sense of, oh, this is why the saw was there, not because of just a callback. You had to use it to saw the guy's hand off to get him free. I don't know, something like that. And it, man, I was like, man, I really wanted to just be like, okay, I'm gonna enjoy this. It's entertaining, but no.
I was hoping so. Like I said, I wasn't expecting much. If it would have just been an entertaining, like whatever, it would have been fine. But like we were saying too, like the story itself, like the cops and everything, that was a good premise.
Right.
Everything else was
yeah.
just done badly.
It was a great idea and it was a terrible execution.
Yeah.
Terrible voiceover work. That guy,
Oh, the puppet voice,
Yeah.
the guy that was sending the messages.
He's like,
Yeah,
we're
Oh.
gonna play a game.
yeah. I was like when I saw the Saw movie, just hello, I want to play
Yeah.
a game. I'm like, oh, I'm scared shitless. This guy's like, hey, you
Yeah.
want to play a game? It's like,
Hey Bert. Hey Bert.
Hey, Bert.
Play a game, Bert.
Rubber ducky.
Yeah, that shit sounded terrible. I was like, because I'm trying to make it out like it doesn't sound like I don't hear an accent. Who the fuck is this guy?
yeah.
You have
I was
15 seconds to make a decision.
I was trying to be like, okay, I guess they're not trying to copy the voice. They're trying to do its own thing, but it fucking came out bad.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
And then thinking back, the whole ending trap made no sense. He was like, you have one bullet, you save your dad, or you can kill me and we all die. Wait, how do we all die if I kill you?
Yeah. And he calls, I like how he calls the SWAT team so and so. Okay. And Chris Rock is kind of like, okay, I'll go with you. Like, I'd be like, so why did you call the SWAT team?
Right.
Yeah, that ending, like all the other. Oh, there's one thing he said in the movie that me and Kenny were just like, wait, what the fuck? That he's all, no, Jigsaw never went after cops. And I was kind of like, man, this is the same director who did 2, 3, and 4 of the Saw movies.
Mm-hmm.
And Jigsaw or his accomplices went after cops. Or no, detectives. Same, like, whatever. People in the fucking law enforcement. Yeah. So I was like, did you not see the other movies? Did you just see part 1? Or
because even the first one, I mean, were they set up for the detectives or did they just happen to get caught up in the traps? Because remember Danny Glover, they just got caught in the
okay. But he went after Detective Matthews, his son, and they put him in there. Yeah.
Put him in the safe.
Yeah.
They went after the girl detective, female detective in the first 3 movies. And
It's
then the
pretty
fourth
much
one.
if you think it's pretty much always a detective. Like
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. For real. So I'm just like, wait, the Jigsaw, they go after.
You had to change your heart.
So do you know if there's going to be more in this series? Have you heard anything?
Wait, in the series,
like the Book of Saw?
I mean, do I care? No.
But, I think you know what I think. No, I think they're gonna wash this one away like they did that first Hulk. Because I feel like this. I feel like it's gonna get that same treatment.
Never happened.
Yeah.
Like the last, like I remember when there was like the final Saw film, whatever, which is bullshit. There's no such thing as a final Friday, final Nightmare.
Especially nowadays.
No. Because even if it's the final in that series, but they'll probably reboot it or do a spinoff.
Yeah.
Like to me, yeah, the final Saw movie, underwhelming. Jigsaw was entertaining, but not that great. And it seems like they're getting like worse or less interesting as time goes on. And if they do make a sequel, I would wait till video and we all be like, hey, let's watch it together to talk shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I wasted $14 on this movie.
And you had to drive to the theater.
I'm sorry. I would like to see it all together, but I knew I wouldn't want to drive to Brentwood Theater.
Yeah.
Unless I was spending the night and we had drinks afterwards.
There had to be a whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has to be planned out.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Oh, this is terrible. I'm waiting to see what the reviews really are, though.
Yeah, I'm gonna start watching them now that we did ours. But
I watched a couple of them and none of them are really praising it. They're pretty much saying the same thing, I said with Kenny. I gave it a 2.5 stars on that. I meant to say 2 stars. Yeah,
I'm giving it 2.
Let me correct.
I'm 1 star in it. I'm
giving it 2 just because, like I said, the storyline, there was something there. So I'll give it for that.
Execution. Yeah, like the ending thing could have been done better of them, but they're just like, you see somebody strapped with something, obviously he's tied up, brings out a gun. I'm all like, and y'all just, you know, spoiler alert, I guess, just keep on shooting hella shots in there. And
Okay,
somebody,
so the thing is, when they come in, the lights on, they know who he is. He's a retired top of the police force. They know who Chris Rock is. They know that's his father. So the lights go off. You think he's really pointing the gun at you? So you unload all these clips. It made no sense.
And he's fucking Pinocchio. He's got puppet strings. He's clearly being what do you call it?
I'm tired. Okay, and let me say this: I'm tired of these Saw copycats just being fucking scientific, mechanical geniuses making these fucking devices. They're all geniuses.
Okay, so what were the death scenes? There was the train with the tongue.
The tongue, the finger.
Fingers.
Fingers are, was it fingers are drowned? I mean, fingers are get electrocuted.
Electrocuted. The
hot wax.
Whatchamacallit on the face.
The hot wax, that was just lazy. And then
and I like how
he was there like, oh, it was a distraction. He attacked a cop to distract us from a fucking free string full of cops that were just like, oh, we got distracted by this cop.
They were all still there.
They weren't doing nothing. Where's the chief? Oh, she's downstairs.
Okay.
Yeah. People they probably did not want to be there. Like, this film's fucking bullshit. Let's just say our lines. And even when Chris Rock had the person to go unlock it, they were just power walking like, well, hope everything's okay.
I was like, why aren't they rushing?
Why
aren't
like,
they running?
Let me turn on some more light.
Yeah. The whole movie is just terribly done. Great idea. Terribly done.
Yeah, that's the irritating part of it. It's like, man, you had something, but you just, I think maybe you're just like, oh, let's just make another Saw movie. Let's just get it out there.
And then if you think about it, at the end when he's like, you want to tell him what you did with Samuel Jackson, he's like, I made up a code to make the street safer. They never explained what the code was, why they were just killing witnesses. Nope. They never explained how that made the street safer.
You could not even a flashback. There was like the certain flashbacks they had. I thought they could have done different flashbacks,
right?
Like with him and his partner, or with Samuel Jackson saying something. Like, have you guys seen? Anybody seen all the Saw? What's it called? The Saw movies?
Yes, I don't remember most of them.
I've seen like three.
Okay, yeah, this one had the worst twists. And same thing with Kenny said. I agree.
It was just so obvious.
It was just obvious from the beginning.
Yeah. Every other, because I rewatched most of them before I went to go see this movie, and I thought every like ending, had like a cool twist or like
the twist is always different. It's always like, I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, and you got that music, that Saw music. That's like, oh snap, there's gonna be the reveal. This one, and Kenny, if you're listening to this, me and you agreed on it. This film did not deserve to use that ending song.
The music,
that was so forced.
Because the choice didn't make sense. He said, you have one bullet left. Shoot your dad down or shoot me. If you shoot me, then we all die. What is he talking about?
Yeah, I don't even know. Right now I can't even wrap my mind around what it could mean. It's not really worth the effort.
There was 30 cops that ran in. Nobody chased him in the elevator. Everybody just watched him go in the elevator and go down.
White privilege.
I mean, if they did that better, that would have been cool to have him shut like where like Samuel Jackson got shot by the cops and he escapes, and then they take Chris Rock or whatever. But it was just so sloppy. Like, I know they were trying to do this very like dramatic, messed up ending. Yeah, and executed terribly. I said, the traps I thought were cool. That's another like 1 star for the traps, 2nd star for like police brutality. I get it. Somebody flipping them off and he gets shot. I was like, damn.
Oh man.
But over like I said, you said, Josh, 2.5, or did you move it down to 2 stars?
I meant to say 2. I think I heard Kenny said he gave it 3.5. But he brought it down too. He's just like, I agree with you, but I'm gonna correct myself and put like 2 stars.
Yeah, I gave it 2.
1. I'm giving it 1. Just a great idea. There's a lot of great ideas. Shit was terrible.
Yeah.
From the lines being delivered, from the scenes being played out, the shit was terrible.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Terrible.
And the
He
acting.
convinced his captain to give him the case in under 2 seconds. That was it.
Oh, that's what I was gonna ask. Maybe I missed it, but how was he a rat? Like, what was that whole thing where
He
the cops
told
didn't
on
like
the-
him?
He told on his partner for killing an innocent person.
Okay, the father of his partner.
Right. So, but
Got
they
it.
were overly mad, but they were calm about it. It's like we hate him, but we're calm. Like that the black cop that was looking at him.
That was so dumb.
He would like hate him, but it was like calm hate. Like, yes, fuck you.
I guess it was supposed to be 15
Oh,
years
I hate
ago.
that. Oh, don't.
Yeah.
I hated that scene. The argument.
Yeah.
Did you tell her in person? Have you ever met her? Fuck you. I was like,
He
what?
got my back. But I would have done it. I'm like, who the fuck? Wait, he was just as corrupt as everybody else because I guess he talked to other people. So like
Mhm.
that's the reason why they cut off. He wanted to cut off his tongue because he lied about certain things. So that's in prison. So
And they put a giant dead possum on his desk. That was cool.
They gotta smell it too.
Yeah. That was,
You're hurting yourself too.
and it was so convenient that he went to his desk and the rookie's desk was right next to it.
Mhm.
It was right next to him, right in front of him.
Yeah, the thing that really messed it up too, on top of all of that, was just how obvious they made the partner the killer, because there was just so many things that they had him do, or they focused on, that was just like, okay, it's clearly him. Like they should have done more to make it more like not so obvious.
Make him seem vague. Make him seem like he's not so much involved. But they just like threw it in your face. Hey, my phone is dying. Can I use your phone? What are you, 12?
Mhm. Or like with the first one, where it was Jigsaw was a character that was just kind of like a brush off, like you kind of just passed by him in the movie. This character could have been just somebody you kind of just saw maybe once or twice.
yeah. It was funny because in the first Saw, like he was right there in front of us the whole time, and we're just so caught up in the movie, we're not thinking like, well, how come he killed himself? I know he had poison in his system, but how can he, like,
there's
never
no
really
focus
thought
on
about
him.
Yeah.
Really
It's like in the beginning, you're just like, okay, maybe they'll get something. But I was just so caught up because so much shit happens in the first Saw movie. You're kind of like, oh, fuck. Instead of thinking like, oh, what about this dead body? You're like, fuck, this guy's about to saw his own leg off.
Yeah.
You're not thinking about like all the other stuff. You're just like, fuck.
But that's what I'm saying. Even I think I've only seen like 3 Saws, but the twist is always like it's the killer's never in your face. It's like in your face, but you never notice it. This is why I kept trying to. After I predicted in the beginning, I was like, I want to be wrong, so I'm looking for somebody else to be wrong. I'm looking for Samuel Jackson had something to do with it, even though they was force feeding that idea. Every flashback, Samuel Jackson would say something where it's like, oh, he probably did this. So I'm like, yeah, I hope he did it now. I don't want it to be him.
No, it's always the person that you don't think it is. That's the oldest trick in the book. Yeah. And then try to kill him off, fake his death by having an off-screen death. Like I think Scream 3 tried to do that. I don't know if it was successful. I knew who the killer was before I saw that movie. But in Scream 3, yeah, he waits a long time in a coffin. Hopefully somebody will find his dead body and assume that he's dead. No, that was just for the audience. Like, oh, it can't be him because he died. He had an off-screen death, which happened. It can't be Charlie because he skinned him alive. And
so overall, it sounds like we were all disappointed. Well, no, sorry, I don't want to say disappointed. Didn't enjoy it.
No, I wasn't disappointed because I wasn't hyped up. I was just with like the more recent Saw movies, I was just kind of like, I'll just go there entertaining. And it started out like a Saw movie. And then as time went on, it kind of just like, okay, we're gonna do something else, which is cool, but this was like this is supposed to be a sequel to Saw or a spinoff to Saw.
That's why,
if you say it's from the book of Saw,
which there's no book.
They're movies.
Yeah. unless there's a cult out there that has all the stuff Jigsaw's done in a book. Like, I don't know what the fuck.
I know there better not be no nominations for this shit. I don't want to see it nominated at all.
Like you said, it's good. Josh in the beginning said it's unforgettable. You said it's going to be like the Hulk, where they're going to be like it didn't happen. So
I hope
it ain't going to get any kind of, maybe a Razzie. It might get those.
Yeah, I mean, I remember reading about something where Chris Rock and the original guy who wrote Saw, Adam from the first movie, they met at a party, and Lee Winnell's all like, "Oh, I'm a big fan," and Chris Rock's like, "Okay, cool," walks away. And then Chris Rock's manager was like, "Hey, that's the guy that wrote Saw." And then Chris Rock was like, "Oh shit!" Goes back and like, "Man, I want to make a Saw movie. I'm the biggest fan of him." And sometimes I think a fan of a movie who wants to make a movie should just stick to being and make a homemade movie.
So this is Chris Rock's doing. This is all his fault.
Well, I mean,
because that's what I heard. I heard he wanted to do it, so that's why they did it.
Yeah. And you know what? This one had Chris Rock and Samuel Jackson. You got star power, so the people are going to see it, even if they didn't like Saw movies. And the first Saw movie, like they had a lot of ideas. They had like the smallest budget because it was just an original movie.
Nobody
so
know that shit.
Was that again?
I said because didn't nobody know that shit yet. Like it was a fresh idea.
It wasn't. Like when I first saw the trailer, I was like, I don't see this bullshit. But I heard other people hyping it up, talking about it at school. I saw one TV spot. I was like, oh shit, this should have been in the trailer. I saw it and it lived up to the hype. Maybe it surpassed the hype because I was like, holy shit. And I knew it wasn't the what's his name? The other doctor that was holding the daughter and mother hostage.
The orderly or something.
Yeah. But even if so, like it's never that person too. Like I was like, they killed him off. It's not that simple. I just didn't know it was the person in the middle of the ground the whole time. Nobody spoiled that for me.
Crazy.
No, that's good.
That's what I'm saying. It's crazy. That's how you put something in the beginning and you just like, you so busy trying to figure shit out. Because I think that's what Katrina said. She said because of all the other Saw movies, through the whole movie, you're trying to figure something out.
Yeah.
With this one, it was just like, hey, it's me, but don't
right
look
here.
at me. Don't look at me. I'm just going go over here.
When Adam looks at him getting up, and that's to me, I felt like that was the whole audience reaction. Like, are you
what the
fuck? Yeah, because they're trying to like figure out a way to get out. It's Adam and Gordon, and for parts, it's just them two trying to talk and discover things. So there's parts where nothing's really happening, but like you're just so invested in what's gonna happen to them. You're just like, oh shit, how are they gonna get out? Like when they fucking when he shocks them or electrocutes them for trying to pretend like he was dead.
Yeah.
Like, it's fucked up, but that shit cracked me up because it was just like and then at the end he electrocutes him again. It's like, hey, yep, that was me. I knew you weren't fucking
Game over.
Yeah, that's my favorite Saw movie, favorite ending. And that music, like hearing that again, it's like, I mean, I'm always hoping I'll get that. I'm always hoping I'll get like a similar ending to the first Saw movie. And sometimes I kind of get it, but this one, no.
Yeah, no. This one overall was just
no.
Shit was terrible. It made no sense. None.
No. I mean, hey, Chris Rock, man, do you comedy, do you stand up? And maybe try to do a couple other serious movies first and then do a Saw movie.
But
has he done anything like this? Like horror type of movie?
Oh, horror.
I can't recall anything that he's done like this. Like he's done dramas, he's done comedy, but
this so this one's not really. Is this a horror movie?
I would consider it a horror movie.
I say it's a horror.
It's not scary.
It's not scary, but I think there's like a little bit of like sort of suspense, like a cop drama.
That's what I say. It's more suspense.
Horror. So
horror thriller. I would say horror thriller.
Yeah, horror thriller. Suspenseful. Sorry, it tries to be suspenseful. It tries to be a mystery.
More so because the gore. Like when I see gore, I think horror. Like with these kinds of movies.
Yeah, but I said there wasn't too much gore in it. And
me. Oh, those tongue scene was disgusting.
I mean, I'm at least compared to the other Saw movies that were like, oh fuck. Like
right, they had way more.
Yeah, how like not just like the gore, but like there was suspenseful scenes in the other Saw movies.
Mhm.
And this one, I was just like, I'm not really. It's like, oh, this is some gross shit, but I'm not really
Oh,
out of my
I was
seat.
I
Like,
was
oh
squirming.
shit, what's gonna happen?
I was like,
Yeah, all three of them was squirming. I was just eating my popcorn and looking like, oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. Like, well, the one at the beginning when it's the tongue, I was like, oh shit, he's gonna cut it off, and
but there was like really no way for them to get out, right? It didn't seem like it. Like it was almost like they said, yeah, do this and you'll get out, but not so
okay,
much.
so in the other Saws, they didn't rush it. In these scenes, they kind of rushed the consequence. Like you chop your tongue off, or the train's gonna hit you. And that train was coming like instantly. He didn't even have time to cut the tongue off.
As soon as he got the instructions.
Yeah, the finger thing, the water was filling up slow, but it was like as soon as he said go, then it was like the water's filling slow. They'll cut away. Then you cut back, the water's almost at the water. Like it was low already. Like
yeah.
So it was like it happened way faster than it was supposed to.
Yeah, I think he just wanted to fuck with them before he killed them. He knew they were gonna die. He was like, I just want to torture them before they get killed. Because because Jigsaw did want people to survive if they had the will to live. And there was other people like this guy named I don't know if you guys remember Detective Hoffman, who just like, fuck that. These people deserve to die. I'm gonna break the traps. I'm gonna make other people break the traps. But this one, I think he was just like, fuck it. I'm gonna make them think they have a fuck, like, cutting your tongue off, your fingers off. Okay. I thought that was a cool idea, how the traps were, but it happened so fast. I was kind of like, oh, and then before I can be like, oh, it ended. I was like, oh, before I can.
That's what I'm saying. It's like they rushed
the
through
climax of ew, gross.
Yeah.
I
think so. So now that I'm thinking about it, it seems like they had these trap ideas before they had the movie ideas.
Yeah, like that was his. He wanted to do the traps.
He wanted to do the different traps.
How do we get to the Saw movie? Oh shit. Well, let's do like a 20 page script and then just improv the rest.
Okay. So tell me if I'm wrong. The other Saw movies, the trap never really necessarily had to do with something they did. It was just a trap. It was like you did something fucked up, so now here's your trap. But they tried to tie the shit in. Like he was like, you gotta understand you told, so now take out your tongue. And he was like, you pulled the trigger, so take off your finger.
But in a way, right? Didn't the traps kind of have something to do with the person?
Well, kind of like in the first one, like there was this guy's trapped in barbed wire, and he's all like thinking like, hey, if you really want to die, you cut your wrist. So if you want to die, you have to slice yourself again. You have, cut yourself again. So
to free yourself,
not to that extreme. Like I think it was just like, I'm gonna put you in a situation because you don't appreciate life, so I'm gonna do this. So in a way, it kind of did, but not as like straight up like, hey, you lie, so I'm gonna cut off your tongue.
Right.
You did this. So and the other traps, it was just metaphorically, I guess, where it's like some dude's like, if you feel comfortable in chains, then stay right there. The room's gonna explode. Like, do you remember when there's the part where he's like taking off, like there's like there's like hooks or something.
Yeah.
That shit was that was gross. Like I was like, oh fuck.
Or the one where they had to remove flesh and like the weight of their flesh would like
where like he's chopping off chunks of his fat belly and she chopped off their arm like
but that's what I'm saying. They took their time with those. You have to live in that. You got to live in it. These scenes were so fast. It's like you're over it quick.
I think like even after the third one, some thought was put into some of the Saw movies. Like I wouldn't call them like, I mean, sort of a cash grab, but not like completely, because I thought there was some thought and some creativity that went behind them. But this one, I'm going with cash grab. I'm going with a quick buck.
Okay, I don't want to say cash grab. I think Chris Rock, like you said, Chris Rock was really a fan. He had an idea that wasn't the greatest, but because he's Chris Rock, go ahead, you can do it. So I think it was like you said, just because he's a fan, he shouldn't get privileged to do it. They shouldn't have just been like, yeah, you're a fan, you got it. They should be like, wait, let's give that to somebody else to help write it out or something, because we don't know what the fuck this is.
The director and writer are producers for this film. So they came and like helped him. I think they're a producer, executive producer. So, and a lot of people that did the original Saw films came back, and like I said, the director of this one did 2 through 4. So they're the crew's there.
Right.
It was just, and I guess the writers who helped with Chris Rock write this did Jigsaw, and it kind of explains a lot because Jigsaw, and especially this film, they think it's a lot smarter than it is. Like, we're gonna trick the audience by using the old trick. Like, if you don't watch any movies and you don't put any thought to it, I think you get it. You won't figure out.
It's really elementary what they did. It was really like you're not smart enough to catch on to what I'm doing.
Yeah.
When it was just like,
they're like writing something like, "Oh, I got such a great idea.
What if we make the rookie detective nobody knows his partner, but it's really the son of the guy who got killed,
and he's getting revenge.
He's getting revenge on all of them.
And that's how
he doesn't hate Chris Rock because he helped him.
Yeah. And
he's gonna get his father.
Pull him off screen by getting somebody alive without showing their full face, but show the tattoo of the person that has it.
So they think he's dead. And this guy just happens to be a fucking tattoo artist because the tattoo looked the exact same as his.
But in the original Saw movies, they explained that he was kind of like a toy maker in the original one. So it kind of explain like why he was able to build traps. So I was like, okay, I get that. I mean, maybe a little bit too extreme, but that's
what I'm saying. So because then after that, the girl was doing it, but then she learned from him.
She was his apprentice.
Yeah. Oh shit.
He froze again.
So yeah, it's been an hour or so. I think we're almost.
Yeah. We're gonna close it up.
We've done enough bad.
But like as each movie went on, I don't know if the Book of Saw is going to do this or Spiral, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But as each movie went on, you can be like, well, how the fuck did Amanda put like this big guy or this girl on top of something? You know what I mean? Like they explain like, oh,
all these questions.
This guy Hoffman, who's like hella bulky and could carry people in, and then somehow fucking Dr. Gordon was the reason why he was able to put like keys in people's eyes and do like surgical procedures.
It has to make sense.
Yeah. So, but that was like throughout the course of each Saw movies, like they added something. But the first one was already good to begin with, and so was the second one. So it's kind of like the movies, even though they weren't as good, there still was some like thought, like I said, thought and creativity.
There was still that intelligence there.
Yeah, and it was okay. Like, watching the 4 through 6 one were okay. Like I really liked 6, but the last like 7. Jigsaw and this one, especially this one, I thought were kind of like very underwhelming.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, Chris Rock, this wasn't it
at all. And I'm sorry Samuel Jackson had to be in it.
He should have played a bigger role.
He couldn't even save this movie.
He shouldn't have been in there.
He didn't have to.
Yeah. Oh, that shit was stupid.
Yeah. I'm gonna watch some more reviews, but I saw the Double Toast review, and
I saw that too.
Yeah, I was laughing my ass.
I think I have it saved.
What Martin said about like Chris Rock's like, oh, I got this idea for a Saw movie. Okay, cool. And who do we got to star in it? Oh, me. And he's all like, and Martin's all something like that cracked me the heck up.
But I mean, that's what it was. It was just like, he's Chris Rock, so let him do it. Not a good idea.
Yeah.
No. And sometimes
don't put my name on it. Do it. They tried to call it something else. They tried to call it Spiral, but they tied it in to Saw, so they shouldn't have did that.
No. I mean,
make it its own movie.
It's a spin-off. I mean, people can argue like it's a spin-off sequel, but it's a Saw movie.
Yeah, because they even mentioned Jigsaw. Like it's like after.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know exactly. I mean, I'm guessing it's after. I don't know exactly when they did it, but like the way that they talk about Jigsaw is like he's dead. He's not there anymore.
Yeah,
because that's how like Samuel Jackson. He only had like 6 lines, and one of them was, "Oh, you got a Jigsaw copycat?
Oh, you in trouble." He's like, "You got
you in trouble."
Yeah. You. Oh.
Oh,
Okay, so what are we gonna do next?
oh shit!
Is
What
there
else? Is out?
anything you guys know about that's coming out, or
Can't think of
Is there something coming out
anything.
next weekend?
have you guys heard of a movie called Army of the Dead?
I saw a picture.
Oh, heard
of
about it.
It's on Netflix, right?
That I don't know, but it's coming out on the 21st, which is
Right.
this week.
I saw the picture that had a Columbus short and it had like some other people in it.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
the guy that did Justice League.
Yeah.
Snyder Cut did it. Yeah.
Oh,
So,
for real?
damn, 2.5 hours.
Maybe he needs.
It might be
Maybe
good.
maybe he needs to make long movies to make it good.
We're about due for a zombie movie anyway.
Okay, so you guys want to try that one? See if that works out
I'm
for
down.
everybody?
I'm with it. I'm with that one.
Okay, so
Yeah, I'm
our
down.
next one's going to be Army of the Dead, brand new zombie movie. So that'll be our next discussion.
So it's either
Yeah.
Netflix or it's Hulu. It's one of them. It's coming out on one of
Okay.
them.